on to a little bit different. We start out with some moody music, care of my Walrus Descent. Very, very moody indeed. It's like a sort of reverb pedal, but it also has these octaves, and you can go really, really low octaves or really high octaves. That's why it sounds so deep. Well, that's why it sounds so high. Really gives a really unique, really lovely tone. So what we're talking about today is, what if you had the chance? What if you had the chance, you took a magic pill?
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.
Or you had a monkey paw that granted wishes.
The turkey's a little dry. Oh, the cursed thing!
Or you somehow found Marty and you went back in time.
Hey, Scott!
What if you had the chance to re-roll and do it all again? Start your life again. What would you do differently? Would you choose a different career path? Would you spend more time seeing family? Would you spend more time doing the things you love, shredding up a storm? What would you do? Would you take up more hobbies? Would you start painting? Would you start singing, playing other instruments? Would you not play an instrument at all? Would you never sell that amazing Fender guitar that you bought in the 70s? It's probably worth $1 million. What would you do differently? That's what we're talking about today. So myself, what I would do? Well, so I'm getting on in my years now. I've spent a good 10 years in university, which I'll be making a massive video about at the end of the year. So we're getting really soon, so the next couple of months about that. But what I would do differently is I love studying, and I've learned so much studying music, studying teaching. I've done a lot of studying, audio engineering, all that cool stuff. So I wouldn't change that necessarily, but what I would change is I would work far less. So I've worked every Saturday and Sunday, weekends, not all the weekend, but I've worked, 8 to 10 hours on the weekends for 10 years. It's been such a long time. If you think about it, there's been, I'm sure there's so many different things that I've missed out on, or meals where I've had to leave halfway through, or events where I've had to come late or go early, so that would definitely be a massive thing for me. Non-musical related, I wouldn't work so many weekends, maybe half the weekends. Okay, very personal. What's something that you would change? Now, music-wise or arts-wise, I would definitely spend more time drawing. I would learn more about photography. I really do love photography. As you can tell, I spend a lot of time sort of setting up this nice backdrops and making sure everything looks nice. So I'd learn a lot more about photography. I'd draw a lot more, maybe even do some painting. I'd learn more about sound engineering. I'd be a better composer, spend more time composing. Really, I just spend a lot more time doing what I love, which is everything arts related. So music, drawing, so visual the aspect, creating soundscapes, composing, everything like that. I would spend way more time doing that. Learning instruments, I would love, 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 love to be able to play the piano. Not to be the most amazing piano player in the world, but at the moment I can just basic sort of chords, and I can work everything out with theory and everything, but I'd love to be able to play something by Billy Joel, Piano Man, something like that. Man, that would be an amazing piece. So I would love to put more time into those creative aspects. What about you? Do you wish that you were a better rhythm player, a better soloist, that you could play another instrument? What instrument would it be? Definitely let me know below, because I love this community aspect that we have, and I really like the engagement of me reading your comments and commenting back. Now, massive news for anyone that stayed this length in time in the video. That means you care about me, and that means I care about you so much. So the massive news that you're about to hear, you won't hear sort of anywhere else, is next year things are changing, and I'm actually getting a chance to re-roll. I'm getting a chance to not start again, but start my life again. We're gonna see how things go. We're gonna go 100%, 110%, 200%. We're gonna go all in next year, and I'm so excited. I can't tell you exactly what that means yet, because I sometimes think that you put things out to the universe, you tell everyone, then things don't go ahead, and then people are like, oh, hey, you said you were gonna do this, why didn't you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm not gonna put out exactly what, but if you've already learned now what I wish, I would have done more of, or what I wish I would have learned more of, imagine that, but 365 next year. That should give you a good hint of what I'm gonna do. Pretty exciting stuff, right? So can't wait. Soon I'll have my weekends back. We'll all start again. So tell me what it is that you want to do. Can you somehow find a way of doing it? If you want to be a better soloist, a rhythm player, or you want to learn the drums or the piano, you can still do it. Just like me, you can somehow work out a way of doing it. You don't have to go all in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week like I'm going to do. But could you Could you find a little bit of time every day? Could you wake up half an hour earlier and learn another instrument? Could you wake up half an hour earlier and go for a walk or spend time with your family? Could you spend half an hour at night when you get home learning another instrument, or learning how to solo, or practicing on backing tracks, or writing that album, or finishing that album that you always said that you would do? Could you do that? I think that you could. I reckon if you just sit down there, write out your daily schedule, so you wake up at 6 or 7, you know, you might have a shower and get changed, you might go to work, you come home, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you can find half an hour. What if you brought your guitar to work and while you're eating your lunch, you played for half an hour? If you did that, so half an hour, you know, Monday to Friday. After Tuesday, you'd have an hour. After Thursday, you'd have 2 hours. At Friday, you'd have 2.5 hours of extra guitar practice a week. At the end of the month, what would you have? You'd have 10 hours of guitar practice at the end of the month. Isn't that amazing? Think of how much better you would be at the end of the month with 10 extra hours. Think about at the end of the year, how many hours you would have. So I reckon there's a way to do it. You don't need a special dice, a monkey paw, a flying Back to the Future car. You can add more time to your life. Just find out what's important to you. There's no better chance than starting tomorrow or even tonight at the end of this video. Let me know below what you think. I'm Pat from Pat Music. See you all again.